The Krubera. On the outside were a noble and highly respected society of trolls. But what lay underneath was a cloak of deceit and cruelty. Hello everyone, welcome back to Fantasy Tales, where today we're going to be talking about the Kubera, following what the main faction did and what it eventually became, mainly following the actions of their Queen Userna for this video. And if this video gets 10 likes, I'll upload the next video. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. The species of the Krubera would come into existence after the first war against the humans. The ancestors of the Krubera would delve deep into the ground to escape the humans, eventually settling in the many caves and passageways found under the earth. Over time, these trolls would become bigger and stronger and more connected, able to feel each other's emotions, which shaped much of their culture, as each individual within the species was like family. They also developed a bioluminescent coloring to their skin to compensate for the dark environment, which started to make them more sensitive to light, even to the life-giving energy of the Hearthstone. Regardless, they thrived in the deep places of the world, and for a time, there was peace. On the surface, however, there was another story. When Gunmar started his rise and began invading all the races of the world, most unique of all of them was the Kubera. They were the strongest force his horde had faced. We would then see the rise of Usana, the leader of the Krubera. She grew fascinated with this force. Perhaps the Gumgums were savages before, but now they were united, and Usana saw promise in their cause for domination. And so she organized a deal with Gunmar. She would supply the Gumgums with Krubera recruits, and Gunmar would allow the main faction of Krubera to live. And so it was agreed, and the great lie began. Usana coordinated Gumgum troops to attack certain Krubera villages in order to stage kidnappings of Krubera children. These Krubera would be trained and tortured by Gumgums to become the ultimate soldier. As Krubera are all connected, Usana felt their pain, but thought the price of victory was worth the loss of a few. From one of these kidnappings would be the child Arrrgh. He would prove to be a powerful recruit, even bigger than regular Krubera, with his blue coloring changing to Gumgum green like the rest. It's not known what kind of process forced this change, but I believe the Gumgums fused their magic to these Krubera in order to make them more resistant to life. Light, I mean. When Arrrgh was deemed ready, he was unleashed upon the enemies of Gunmar and was soon promoted to general of his horde. Usana herself would soon become part of a tribunal, a council of high-ranking trolls who would decide the main course of action in times of need. With these footholds of power, she could direct the good trolls away from Gunmar's crusade and keep them in a weakened state, so that if Gunmar ever decided to attack, he would have no problems in doing so. Yet as it always goes, Gunmar and most of his forces would be locked away in the Darklands at the Battle of Kill Ahead. For the next few centuries, Usana would work behind the scenes to ensure Gunmar's freedom by helping the Janus Order infiltrate Trollmarket and possibly other troll societies, and being a massive sports fan. But the greatest act she accomplished was yet to come. This is when we get to the current day Trollhunter story. Usana has heard news from Trollmarket that Bular has been slain by a human of all things, and a few days later she feels the pain of Arrrgh's wound and travels to see what's up. When she arrives, she is surprised to see a human wearing the sacred armor of daylight. While this was an interesting development, she was preoccupied with retrieving Arrrgh from Trollmarket. To do this, she made a bet with Vendel, leader of Trollmarket, in a game of Pyroblex. If she won, Arrrgh would leave with them. If Trollmarket won, Arrrgh would choose for himself. The game was intense, but Arrrgh came in the last minute to secure the win for Trollmarket. At first, he chose to go with the Krubera, but changes his mind as he had found a new family in Trollmarket. Though her plan to bring back Arrrgh failed, she did confirm for herself of the existence of a human Trollhunter. She would soon use her influence within the tribunal to her advantage when Jim travelled to the Darklands alone. When the tribunal was brought together, she suggested and moved to destroy the portal of Killahead to lock away Jim and stop Gunmar from returning. She succeeded in destroying the portal, and to ensure Jim's fate, she had Killahead Bridge dropped into the sea.
Hello, help me, I am under the water.
To her surprise, Jim survived and seemed to show no mind control of any kind. To make sure Gunmar's plan came to fruition, she had her tribe remain in Trollmarket to keep an eye on Jim. Eventually, when it was revealed to Trollmarket Gunmar had escaped, she arrested Jim and offered him an ultimatum. Jim could destroy the amulet and be set free, or be put on trial for failing Trollkind in releasing Gunmar. Jim refused to, and the trial began, and it looked like Jim was going to be free. She could not let all her planning go for nothing, and so took matters into her own hands.
Oh, hey, Vendel. Oh, hi. Stab!
With Vendel out of the way, she quickly swayed the rest of the council to sentencing Jim to the pit, a chasm in Trollmarket that if he fell in, it projected your greatest fear into reality. With Jim also gone, she proclaimed to Trollmarket that Jim had killed Vendel, and how they should reclaim their independence from Jim, and have trolls rule trolls, and not have a child be the example to their kind. She then revealed to everyone that she had been working for Gunmar, and how he shall lead all Trollmarket into a glorious new age. With the people's refusal, under Gunmar's orders, everyone was to be rounded up and subjected to the Decimar blade. The Kubera now fully supported Gunmar, with Usana taking her place alongside her savior. Usana would become the brains of the operation, and advised Gunmar on the assortment of knowledge she had accumulated. Most of it would be deemed useless to Gunmar. Surprisingly, she also spared the life of Dictatius, hoping that together they could keep Gunmar under their guidance, rather than in superstition. Dictatius would come to her with an interesting discovery. Supposedly, he had spoken to Morgana, thanks to a relic from the Shaman's order. At first, she brushed him off, but then it started to play. She deemed it as a bad influence and wished to keep Gunmar under their advice. Soon, however, Gunmar would go on his own quest to seek guidance from Morgana, and when he returned, he expelled Dictatius as a traitor. Dictatius called out to Usana for help, but she too turned her back on him, as to not suffer the same fate. When questioned on this by Gunmar, she merely brushed him off too, and asked how Morgana could bring the eternal night. When Gunmar returned from his quest with Morgana's champion, with Merlin's staff, he tried to free her and failed, so he would task the Krubera in hunting down and capturing changelings to complete the spell, failing to capture Nomura, but succeeded in capturing Strickler. After Morgana was freed, Usana would be approached by the Quagga Queen to establish peace, and when Arrrgh and his friend Blinky came to ask aid, Usana would capture them both. She would then have Arrrgh, his brothers, beat the crap out of him, Arrrgh refusing to fight as they were his family and said that they followed a traitor. It would be at this time Arrrgh's execution, where Usana revealed how she had sold Kubera children to Gunmar to torture them, and when her gods heard this, they immediately turned on her. She had betrayed their family, making them feel undescribable pain for countless centuries. For all the children, all the dead Kubera Gum-Gums, there was only one fate fit for her. With their queen killed, the Krubera laid their actions before Arrrgh, where he told them,
Bad trolls can change. I should know.
The Krubera were now on the side of good and participated in the Battle of Arcadia, and in the end, Gunmar was defeated. That's it for the lore of the Krubera, a tragic yet respected society that in the end found the redemption they always needed. That's it for today's fantasy tale, and may the glory of Merlin be with you always.